Colleen Marshall, thank you so very much. You're here to help my audience and me, and I want my audience to listen very closely. You're going to help us take the guesswork out of finding the right therapist. And I love that because more and more Americans are seeking therapy than ever before. I know some people personally that need to go to a therapist, and many are matched with the wrong therapist. So let's get started. What do we need to know, and how will we find that? Let's start this way. What's a strong client therapist relationship, and why is this crucial for effective therapy? How about that?
Yeah, no, I love that question. Thank you. Therapy is a relationship-based intervention, which means the relationship is first and foremost for people to get benefit and to really see the positive clinical outcomes they're looking for out of therapy. So what that means is we have to prioritize the therapeutic relationship first. The American Psychological Association says what you're looking for in a positive therapeutic alliance or therapeutic relationship is where the therapist and the client are working on mutually established goals, that the client is able to and the therapist is willing to receive feedback so the therapist can adjust their treatment based on the client's subjective experience of therapy. And if any relationship issues come up, that those are repaired. So when you have those three things, then then the therapy relationship is strong, and we can get to those clinical outcomes that are really why people are in treatment.
I think that's really, really good because today people have such choice in who they can choose and who they can choose to help them. So I think, tell me if I'm wrong, a therapy relationship is like any other relationship. You have to iron out the kinks in order to get to why you started the relationship, correct?
Yeah, for sure. So working on the relationship is part of therapy, but it also means, similar to dating, is knowing what is important to you in a relationship from the beginning. That's why Two Chairs created the Matchmaker, is to really take the guesswork out of that, to help clients get matched with the right therapist from the very beginning, so that they stay in care and they get the benefits of therapy. Because relationships are really personal. What's important to you may not be the same thing that's important to me. And so really knowing what someone's preferences are and what they're looking for in a therapist is really important as the beginning piece of therapy, is making sure we get that right from the beginning, which is what we do at Two Chairs with our Matchmaker.
Why is it important to prioritize one's mental health and destigmatize getting help?
Yeah, so mental health really is health. If I was having, struggles with diabetes, I wouldn't even think about not going to a doctor and getting help. And mental health is the same. If I'm having depression or anxiety, prioritizing that can help me have whole health. It can also help me improve my physical health. So because when I'm not feeling mentally well, I can also not be feeling physical well. So we really want to be thinking about mental health the same way we think about our physical health. And get the care that we need so that we can learn different ways, different behaviors, different thought patterns, different strategies to really help us manage the mental health struggles that we might be having so that we can experience whole health.
I want my audience to, once again, know that, pay close attention because Colleen Marshall, she's the VP or Vice President of Clinical Care at Two Chairs. Okay, tell us why people quit therapy then. You've talked about the way to stay in therapy. Why do people quit therapy?
Yeah, so what sadly is most people only attend one session and then they drop out of therapy thinking it's not right for them, when really it was just they didn't find the right therapist from the beginning. And what we hear is 1 out of 5 people who quit say it's because they didn't trust their therapist. So they didn't have that right relationship from the beginning. And what's sad about that is we know about 50% of people in treatment need about 15 to 20 sessions actually to see benefit of therapy. So that's why we want to prioritize this matching and getting the relationship right from the very beginning. The good news is at Two Chairs, we have figured this out. We really have a matching system, and our algorithm is working. 98% of the time we get it right from the beginning. And what we also see is 90% of our clients stay in care up to that 4th therapy appointment. And if you compare that to national standard, only 33% of people make it to their 4th therapy appointment on the national standard level. So we're 6 times better than the national data. And we really believe that's because we're getting the match right. We're getting the relationship right from the very beginning.
So there obviously is some kind of questionnaire that you have to fill out in order to get that right match, kind of like dating.
Yes. Similar, but our matching appointment's actually with a licensed therapist, and they're the ones that are taking the data and putting it into our algorithm. It's not just a survey; it's actually a 45-minute assessment where we are talking. A licensed therapist is talking with the client about what they're looking for in care, but also walking through what their preferences are, and really helping decide what's most important to this client, so we're matching them right.
How does one outside, and this is a little off script, how does one outside of that person get someone to seek therapy? Meaning, a lot of times, suppose someone says, my home life is great, just my job sucks, or vice versa. And maybe you as the parent or sibling, they need some help. How do you tell people that, or how do you get them to do that?
Yeah, it is challenging to offer people our own opinion about what they need to do with their own health. What I would suggest is really starting with what the person's goals are. What are they wanting to do? What are they wanting to accomplish? And really helping them think about even sharing how therapy has helped others do similar things, and asking them what would be most helpful for them to get into care. But really having that honest conversation with them about what you're seeing, what you think, and how can you be helpful can start that journey with them to get them into the right treatment.
How can we find out more from my audience, get more information about Two Chairs, what you guys offer, that type of thing?
Yeah, so twochairs.com is a great place to go directly to. It has more about who we are and our matching system. You can also set up your matching appointment directly on our website. We are in California, Washington, and Florida currently, but we are coming to new states this year. So we hope to be in your market soon.
I want to thank you so very much for this little mini therapy session. I feel better already, Colleen, talking to you. Hopefully my audience can say the same. And Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Hi, I'm Valder Beebe, host of The Valder Beebe Show. We have over 1,000 videos on ValderBeebeShow.com and YouTube.com/ValderBeebe Show. We upload new videos daily. Our site is a modern baby boomer platform with news and information important to boomers. Subscribe to YouTube.com/ValderBeebe Show and stay connected as I interview the world's most fascinating people.